Hi everyone and welcome to the video explainer of SkillCorner's latest physical data release, women's physical data. As of today, women's physical performance in football has always been evaluated through the men's game lens, and this obviously posed major challenges to football professionals across the women's game. Now we have finally tried making things right as we have developed new physical thresholds for the women's game that better reflect and capture female athlete performance. These new thresholds are the result of the combination of several areas of expertise, including FIFA standards, scientific papers, our own research and development efforts, and the recalibration of our proprietary models. When you look at the skill corner metrics that allow you to evaluate physical performance in football, you will see most of them changing with the new thresholds. When it comes to volume and intensity, almost all counts and distances will be affected, all the metrics relating to pure explosiveness will be impacted, and the metrics combining explosiveness and agility will be impacted too. Peak velocity, the amount of changes of directions within a game, and pure agility values will not be impacted at all. Now, this is a major update because it allows us to capture key physical activities in the women's game that were not previously recorded under the old men's threshold, just like this explosive acceleration. This obviously has a major impact when it comes to scouting and recruitment. Let's stick to explosiveness. The metric here is count explosive accelerations to sprint per game. We are looking at all players, all positions from the big five leagues plus the NWSL for the 25-26 season. Under the old men's threshold, the distribution looked a bit skewed. Most importantly, the average values was close to zero, meaning that almost no player was recorded as explosive. Not only that, by bringing in the new dedicated women's thresholds, we expand the distributions and we are finally able to include more players in the elite bracket, so in the top 20th percentile. So we are actually solving two issues here. First, we are removing the zero effect on the average, better replicating the reality of the game. And secondly, we are redefining the elite, including much more players in the key bracket. One of the clearest examples here is Aggie Beaver-Jones. Under the old men's threshold, she was not recording any explosive accelerations to sprint. When moving to the women's threshold, she's recording a strong 77th percentile ranking. Same exercise with accelerations. So count high accelerations per game, and we are focusing on the distance between the start of the elite and the top outliers here. So under the old men's thresholds, we adjust 4.7 points in terms of value, differentiating the first elite player to the top outlier. So it was really hard to find differences between elite players. With the new thresholds, we have 12.7 points of gap. So it allows us to actually profile players physically, understand who's good, who's great, and who's a generational top talent. Once again, we are bringing the numbers closer to the reality of the game, and we are allowing our users to better differentiate players from great to generational. Now, under the old men's threshold, players able to record this kind of elite explosive accelerations were not necessarily recorded as top in the ranking, as we said. This is Aggie Beaver-Jones' profile compared to the center forwards of the WSL and the NWSL. If we look at the bottom part of the rudder, time to sprint is recorded as 0 because count explosive accelerations is nil 2. And in terms of high accelerations, she doesn't rank amazingly. Now, when we bring the new thresholds in closer to the reality of the game, her profile completely changes and matches a real profile. Now, if you are excited by this new release as I am, don't hesitate to reach out and follow us, and thanks for your attention.